Hey y'all, hey, welcome to part two of Thuggin' It Out Motherhood panel. Thuggin' It Out is a platform where we create a safe space to acknowledge, experience, and overcome real life issues in a positive and healthy way. So I have a panel full of beautiful ladies. So we're just gonna start off with introductions and how did you enter Mommy Gang? So we're gonna start with let's go with Denisha. How did you enter the Mommy Gang?
Hey everyone, I am Denisha and I was invited specifically by Kendra. So I'm excited to be here. This is my first time on the platform and I'm excited to learn but also express.
So how did you enter the Mommy Gang? Like how?
Oh, the mommy game.
Yeah, the Mommy Gang.
Oh. So in 20 what was this? 2018. Um it happened. Um I was like in like a transitional place in my life where I was leaving an abusive relationship and I came into a old relationship with someone and I feel like God gave me a baby to end that and to start a new life.
Yeah, because babies are blessings. Babies
Yeah.
definitely help you become who you're supposed to be. I'm a firm believer of that.
Hmm.
We're just gonna go down the line. Go ahead, Aisha. How did you enter the Mommy Gang?
So I've been a mother since I was 16, um, and I re-entered the mommy game in 2023. So I am a new mother again. Uh, yes, yes, yes.
How is that starting all over? I just need to know. How is the starting over?
It's like you forgot, because it's been so long. My baby is 21, and
Mm,
it's been so long. It's like you have to relearn. Your body's not used to getting up. Your body's not used to um, depending on anybody but yourself, right? So you, because your other kids are grown and they have been grown for some years now. So
mm.
it's still a work in progress. But she is beautiful, and I'm so happy. And she definitely is a blessing. I lost my father September 2022, so I got me a blessing in January.
She came right on time.
Right on time. Yeah.
Crazy how God work. I swear, you might think you losing something, and He always just show up and show out with something that you never knew you needed.
I know, right? I didn't know I needed that baby, but I definitely needed her.
That is so awesome to hear. We are gonna go down to Danny. How did you enter the Mommy Gang?
Okay, I had to unmute myself. Hey y'all, I'm Danny. I've been in the mommy gang since 2014. I have a one and only. Um, how I entered it was unexpected. Um, Having a medical condition and being told it's a possibility you would never have kids, and even though I was 19 at the time, I still ain't had no other oops or anything yet. So I guess that's just my miracle baby that was supposed to be here. So it's it's a journey. I'm an only child myself, and getting acclimated with a kid and both of us growing up together, I would say. Um yeah, he's definitely a wing and a prayer kid cuz ain't no way. Definitely God got his hand on him and me, raising him. So,
I
yep.
say that all the time because with my 12-year-old, like y'all already know, Jamal wasn't playing. I'm gonna whisper that because I don't know if you, but everybody. I was 16 when I had him, so it was like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like, you got to grow up. But even with having a 4-year-old, a new baby, it's just like I don't know. It's just always changing. It's one of the things where it's like sometimes you like can't do it, and then sometimes you be like, Lord, I don't know what you're doing, but thank you because I low key need them. Like I
Mhm.
need them to help me keep going.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy how kids are like a blessing and a curse. I'm a firm believer that they are a blessing, but sometimes they could just be like, Lord, I don't know what you got going on, but help. So we're gonna move on to Quita. How did you enter the mommy game? I know you were on last week, but we got some new faces, so they don't know.
Hello, everyone. I entered the mommy game in 2011. It was it was planned. I ain't even gonna lie, it was planned. You know, me and my husband, high school sweethearts, so we decided on four, and we got out for a quick, fast, in a hurry. So yeah, he just turned he just turned 11, and man, he act like he's the man of the house. He act like he outbeats his dad.
Yeah. I don't know. These new age young men are, I don't know. They different. These little boys are different. Definitely.
Ain't got hair on his chest, but he feeling it a little bit. He feeling it.
I don't know. Isha, you got an older boy. Did your son go through that phase where it was like, you are not the man of this house? We can't hear you, Isha. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. You might got to exit and come back in. So mm-mm. You go. So we're going to go ahead with Tiffany. How did you enter the mommy game?
Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany. I've been in the mommy game since 2015, and I'm gonna speak my truth. I was being a hoe. I was doing me. I was single. I ended up with a child. Well, it was unexpected because remember, Kenya.
We was in the
Y'all, I found out I was pregnant when I was fucking 5 months. I didn't even know I was out kicking it. We was out getting fucked up.
we
And
were.
so I went to the clinic to try to go to the chop shop, laid on the table. They say, ma'am, you're 17 weeks. I say, what? So they were just basically saying, like, we're going to have to break the baby down. And I was like, I can't go home and do this. So I'm like, fuck it. Might as well do it. And I've been a single mom for 8 years. And it's been, the only time it get rough is like when I don't have no money and I be wanting the other parent to step in. Like, say if like, she been good like on birthdays and all that shit. I make sure that she's straight. But like if I'm not working right now and I be needing that other parent to step in, be like, okay, I got her. But unfortunately I don't have that. So I go hard to the fullest and I make sure that she don't want for shit. And we got a good bond, we got a good relationship. And she been asking about her daddy, but it's just like I have to tell her that story once she get at least like 10 because she 8. Cause she's at the point where she like, Mama, where my daddy? And I just be in my head like going crazy. And I don't want to break down in front of her, but I have to just look at her straight and be like, I'm gonna find your daddy for you. You know what I'm saying? So she like, okay, can you please do it? And I have so much fucking guilt. And it's just like I gotta find her fucking daddy because I don't want her to grow up and hate me because of the mistake that I made. And I don't want her to be like, oh, okay, you made sure I was good, but you owe me a father. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Yeah.
like I've been praying to God to like let this nigga come through, fall through, cause she needs you. She need that relationship in her bond. So
Yeah.
that's my story.
Don't get too guilty. You know, everything happens for a reason. When it's time for her to find out, it will work out. You just gotta keep it, positive.
Yeah, because I'm glad she not
Can
no
you guys hear me
she's
now?
a great kid. She's a good kid, so she don't give me no problems. Only problem she gives me is like she just riding fucking spoiled riding. So that's just it. She don't have no attitude. I don't gotta curse at her. She don't talk back, so we good. So thank God for that.
Yeah. We're gonna go on to Letitia. Letitia, are you on the screen? I know you up there. How did you enter the mommy game?
17, having sex.
How many kids you got? They ages.
16, 11, and 13.
Oh damn, your kids is at almost at the finish line. I wish I had a 16 and 11 and 13. Like, come on. So we gonna go ahead and go. I'm a,
Hurry up.
before I want to show. Hmm? Aisha, I don't know if your sound back. I feel like
So can y'all hear me?
yeah, now we can.
Is it back or is it? Okay, good, good. Yes.
So I'm gonna start off this week with a video, and I'm gonna just go ahead and play it.
Mental load we carry for the people we love. Sorry, Kate, to do that. Can I show the slight difference between mums and dads, like when you go to bed at night?
Yeah.
Because the singular focus of most males means I'm going to go to bed to go to sleep, and you go to bed and you go to sleep.
Yeah.
So the mum comes to bed to go to sleep. But we're biologically wired to make sure that we're caring really well because of estrogen. So we'll go through every decision we made during the day, from breakfast right through. Not only that, well, my God, they didn't eat enough broccoli. Geez, did I have enough of that in the lunchbox?
That's a female thing, isn't it?
It's a female thing, and then we second guess and we beat ourselves up, and then we're wondering if they'll get into university, and then we've gone back and regret something we did at our 21st, and then we've come forward to the kids again, comparing to somebody else.
Oh my
then
God.
we've gone, oh my God, my eyebrows, I'll need to put that in. There's a load of washing in. Have I got it, Kate? Right, and about 1 o'clock in the morning.
Kate's getting emotional.
Yeah,
This is stressful.
This is the
That would
mum
be so
brain.
stressful.
This is the mental load we carry for the people we love. Sorry, Kate, to do that. I absolutely hear that.
Yeah.
So what I want sometimes is for our dads to recognise that we're just... It's just we're wired different.
Okay,
But we
gotcha.
want the dads to be able to jump in sometimes and go, got this, love. In
But
different
that did
houses.
strike a chord though, Kate,
Oh,
did
and
it?
just the
Yes.
The mind games.
the
Yes.
dialogue that
Yeah.
doesn't
Go
Ever
away.
stop.
that doesn't ever end.
So we're gonna start off with just a mental check-in, because I know when I saw that video, it touched me because that's low-key how I am. It feels as if I am always running and I'm always thinking about my kids, my husband, my job, my household. It's like with a mom, you got so many jobs, you wear so many hats. It's like, okay, what I got to do about dinner, or what the kids going to wear. Oh, I think Jamal got a swim meet, a swim practice. I think this. So I feel like we just get overlooked sometimes, and we need people to check on us. So I'm going to take the time right out the door asking, how are y'all? Like, what's your mental headspace? Because we need to low-key acknowledge that sometimes what we going through. And personally, right now, I feel like this week has been just a whirlwind. Some of it's good. Everything's never all bad, but it has been kind of overwhelming, where I feel like my anxiety was kind of up a little bit more, where I'm sitting there like, wait a minute, why is my chest hurting? Like, why do I feel so overwhelmed? So how are y'all?
So mentally drained, because it's like you gotta take care of the household and you have to take care of your kids. On top of that, then it's like at the end of the day, you gotta when you lay down in that bed, you gotta think of all the stuff that you did that day and made sure that you did it right. And then you got your kids who come with the mean phase, as a parent, and then you be like, why your child so mean? And then you just think to yourself, like, did you do anything right? Like, why is my child acting like this and stuff like that? Like, it's mentally draining. It really is.
Yeah. Danny,
Because I'm not the first one to wake up in the morning, because my husband, he go to work before me. But I'm the last one to go to sleep.
yeah. I know my husband, he's the first one out. He usually the first one out and the first one out and the first one back in, but the last one to go to sleep. But as far as like with the kids, like in the morning, I have to be out getting them dressed, getting out the door. That's on me.
Yeah. And
He got nighttime, but it's like in the morning. I feel like kids are worse in the morning. I don't know about y'all kids, but they worse in the morning for me. I feel like night shift is way easier.
Dealing with the 4 kids, I'm like, go in there, wash your face, brush your teeth constantly. You know what you got to do in the morning. And I know, like, I don't mean to yell, but it's like, I'm overwhelmed because I said nicely, and it's like they just run over that and thinking like I'm joking and I'm playing and stuff like that. But then when I yell, I don't like to yell at them. But then when I do, and then I feel bad, and then I have to apologize and say sorry because kids are just overwhelming sometimes, especially on top of all the other stuff that you have to deal with in your life. It
Yeah.
really is.
So, Danny, how are you?
Um, I'm gonna say, well, I know people say I'm okay, but I'm gonna say I am actually okay. We have our moments where it's like, like y'all said, it gets overwhelming. I mean, even with my one, it's just like, all right, we got our routine, you know what we supposed to do, but he's still operating as a child in the child's mind. So I still have to be like, even though we have our routine and we do this shit every day, come on, we got to get it together, scoot it on. But you have your moments where, at least for me, I keep my poker face on for my child. I don't let him see me. I try not to get angry with him. I try not to let him see me be weak, even though I want to be weak and fragile. But it's like, that's not his burden to bear. You know what I mean? So, he's gone on the weekends with his dad. So that's my time to let it all out. I cry. I do my prayer and worship. I'll sit here and miss him, even though I need a break. It's like
Crazy, right?
right. It's like, okay, why do you have such a chokehold on me, little boy? Like, and I don't know, like, I'm okay. So I'm not saying that just to say I'm okay. I really am. I'm good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that because sometimes we ain't, but sometimes we is, and I love when we are. So a win is a win. That's how I always feel. Denisha, how are you?
So I'm tired. Very tired. Before the podcast, I took a nap. So my brain is still like waking up, but I'm learning how to rest. Like with everything going on, like it's always gonna be something. So my thing is I'm learning how to just like rest and be okay with that. Because I need it. Majority of the time I am like I like to say that I'm a single woman, but not a single mom. Because I do have help. I just choose not to ask. So rest, but also just asking for help. But I'm tired.
Yeah.
Tiffany, how are you?
I'm taking it one step at a time because I be tired too. Like it's like with my daughter, I don't have no babysitter. So the only time I got a babysitter is when I go to work. So it's like having the kids over like every weekend. It's like I don't trust nobody with my baby. So it's like I'd rather have the kids to come over here. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, I just want to sleep for a whole day. Like, and then she's so on my hip. It's like when I walk around the house, she right behind me. Mommy, mommy, mommy. I gotta pick her up, put her on my hip, get her a kiss like every 5 seconds, which is okay because I'm showing her affection.
Right.
But it's like I'd be like, oh, if I take a nap, I want to be asleep for at least like 2 days, and then I wake up and get it back together. Like, okay, cool, because it's like with her, like y'all say, the routine. We got a routine every morning. She get up. Sometimes she be want to go to bed late. Then she wake up. I gotta drag her, so it just that be overwhelming too.
Yeah.
And she just like, oh, I'm gonna get up, I promise. And then the next morning, she laid out like she just did 12 hours, and I'm like, you laid out and I'm up. Come on, let's go. But
Hmm.
other than that, I'm taking it one day at a time.
Aisha, how are you, Miss? You got that new baby over there. And new baby's different.
It definitely hit different. Um, when I get up, I have to work at 9, so I get her dad to get her ready. I don't have time. He works night. He stays up until we leave. I need to work on me, get myself together. But mentally, I'm drained. I'm drained. I'm going through grieving. having my children far away from me. My other kids live in Atlanta, New York. Um, Being a new mom, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
You got like you in two different phases. Like you the
Exactly,
like
exactly. It's like, how do you? Where am I supposed to be mentally?
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to find that space right now. So
yeah,
I'm working on it, but I'm coping.
yeah. I mean, we just gonna keep thugging it out because that's all we can do.
Exactly.
We ain't gonna give up. That's
Exactly.
not
That's
gonna give.
not an option.
Is it ever an option?
Exactly. That's not an option.
Letitia, how are you mentally?
Mentally drained. Same thing what she said. I work like crazy. I do have sometimes I go to school and work and I'm full time mom. So yeah, I'm okay, but I'm just need some sleep.
Don't we
Yeah.
all? Like I feel like we
Man.
need to just give
I feel
baby.
like I just need sleep. That's all I need. Sleep.
But you can't. How you can't. It's like no matter if you do have like my daughter's been gone since 12. No, I have things to do. I can't just go to sleep.
Yeah, your
And
mind
she'll be
not
back
even
at
gonna let
7.
you rest. That's the thing.
Your mind does not let you rest. Exactly. You're thinking of all the things that you have to do. I have to do laundry. Oh, let me clean this up. Then I have, this prior engagement. It's 6. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it is, and that begs me to the question: what things do dads need to do better? Because I feel like as moms, some of our plates are full. And even though the dad is present and he's there, I feel like dads can always step up a little more. So, what do y'all think that if a guy or dad is watching this, what can he do better?
Come get their kids for 2 months.
To be more present. Dads are there, right? At least the fathers that are there.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be present. Ask me what is it that I need to do, or just take the initiative. Don't ask. Just get the baby's clothes and get the baby dressed. Why do I have to say her shoes over here, her shirts over there, or this is what I want her to wear? Boy, if you don't pick out an outfit and put it on that baby,
That part.
I already got things I need to think of. I got enough on my plate. Just be a little more hands on.
Yeah, like she said, like it's always mommy, 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 mommy. Like
Mhm.
dad not sitting up there, sitting on the couch with his foot up. If y'all don't go tell y'all dad what
Baby
y'all
standing
doing
on top of my
needs,
head.
like when I be laying down sleep, mommy, mommy, mommy. In the bathroom,
Yep.
I can't even take a shower. It's mommy, mommy,
Mhm.
mommy. Like everything is just mommy, mommy, mommy. I'll be like, you just said the least you can do is like, what? Why y'all steady calling my wife's name? Like, what? I'm here. Come to dad. I'm here. Like, they don't do none of that at all.
And
Yeah.
then they calling your name too. So it's like, come on now. Give me a break.
I
I feel
second that.
like the only time I'm sorry.
You
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, I feel like the only time we really get a break is when they in school.
And not even that, because then you got the school calling like your child's sick. Your child
Oh
is
yeah,
like,
that.
I'd have been up to that school like 4 or 5 times since school started. It's like your child's sick. Your child needs some extra pair of pants. She done fell in mud, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like
Even with daycare, my baby goes to daycare. The daycare teacher will get to texting me at 2:30. Girl, listen, I pay from damn 8 a.m. to 3 o'clock. Don't call me. Don't text me until it's 3.
for real.
Yeah, I definitely be on some 6 to 6.
Too much.
Um,
Okay. Look, I need you to be there. Look, how much more I gotta pay?
okay. I need this ride home to be a little longer for my child. But I
Mm.
do say I feel like dads do need to be a little bit more present because it's crazy how so many men they could live in a house but they don't know where certain stuff is or how to do certain stuff or just a certain routine. Like you be like, oh, she want it. Like they don't even really could decipher what the baby's saying. The baby's sitting there like, I want this. And he's like, what she want? Like, what is this? Or you just randomly give us something like she don't even eat that. So I feel like dads really do need to be more present, even if they're not in the household. Danny, what do you feel like dads could do better? Or are you just like
I mean, it pretty much what y'all saying, more so being present and considerate of us. Cause it's like not everybody, so being a mom is not something that every woman is just knowing how to do. It's a learning process. And it's like, well, you his mom, how you not know? Or, you know, my mom did this. Like, I'm not your mom. My thought process is different. Like, consider how, you know, I'm feeling or how he's feeling about me. Like, he want his dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he goes to his dad on the weekend. So I'm like, why is he calling me from your house, telling me something that's going on at your house? Like, I can't tell him what to do at your house. Like, why is he calling saying, Mom, I want pizza, but Dad won't give me pizza? It's like, consider the fact that this is your time with your child. Consider the fact that this is my time to myself, and figure this shit out.
that part?
So yeah, consideration for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. Denisha, what do you think dads could do better?
I think dads can definitely be present more, and be problem solvers, just like we are. Like, just like she said, like, figure it out. Every day we wake up, we figure it out. The kid's sick, we figure it out. We don't have the money, we figure it out. We figure it out no matter what. So it's like, when there are those times, it's just like, I didn't have anybody to go to. Like, I just looked inside myself and I figured it out. So doing that, but also, like, I feel like dad should like check more in on the mom. Like, yes, the kids are good because we make sure that they're good, but what about mom? Because if mom is not truly good up here in her mental, then whatever she pours over to her children may not be her greatest work. So I feel like that's something that they should definitely take into consideration, like the mom's mental health.
Yeah. I really love that, because I think that's something that we all need to do. Like, not even just dads or like just our village in general. Like, we need to start supporting our moms more, because moms got a lot. And you know, when tragic stuff happen, and you know, God, you know, when you see stories about moms just giving up and doing something drastic like that, it's because it's the lack of support, it's the lack of checking in, it's the lack of consideration. So we got to do better.
And it can be just a simple question like, how are you today? So like you came on and you're like, how are you, like today?
Right.
And it's just like in that moment, like, not what happened like last week, but just right now. Like, what is it right now that you can get off your chest just to feel better? So it's the little things that, add up to big.
Yeah. Letitia, do you have anything that you think dads need to do better?
Yeah, pay their child support.
That part.
Man, because I've been waiting on child support from my daddy for about 30 years.
Man, pay their child support. That's what.
You hear that, David?
Because my kids, they one of my kids daddy gets his baby, but the middle child father needs to pay child support.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and check out this other video. I really want to see what y'all think about this one.
I ain't see the first
I
video.
consider myself someone that stands 10 toes down on the fact that I regret motherhood. It's like I don't regret my daughter. I regret the role.
I think people are rubbed the wrong way about it because most moms feel that way.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to say it.
There is an anxiety that I have developed having a child that never lived in me before at all. The fear of even when she's not with me, and I don't have to be selfless. I'm still thinking about, is somebody going to hurt her? Is a fucking earthquake gonna happen? A mother is like who I am, like at my core. And because of that, it consumes a lot of my thoughts, and I fucking hate that.
I need space from my child in order to be a good parent. I can play as much as a 34-year-old woman can play.
Yeah.
But like feeling guilty about that too. Like, I chose to be a mother. You're supposed to love every part.
One day she's not gonna want to play.
She's not gonna want to play. You're gonna wish she played. No, I won't.
I consider.
Did everybody see that? Y'all heard it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So, is it okay to hate motherhood? Because I feel like it is.
Absolutely.
I feel like it is too.
I just feel like it is. I know society don't want us to say it, but I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Motherhood is hard, and I don't see why people want to join it. Like, if I was a woman, a younger woman without kids, I don't see the incentive of being a mother.
We kind of got the shit end of the stick.
Yeah. I just feel like the financial part of the motherhood be fucking with my head if I'm like out of a job right now. But like, I'm gonna treat my child the way I want to be treated. So it's the financial part for me sometimes.
But that's a lot of burden on you, you know? Like, that's a lot of burden on your heart. That's a lot of burden on your brain. That's a lot of burden on your body. Like, you know, not being able to take care of your child, something that you brought into this world, and you can't take care of financially. And then now you're beating yourself up because, like you said, the father. Where's the father? Like, he should be here putting on some of this damn burden too. We just got the shit end of the stick.
Yeah,
basically.
We're stuck regardless. We're stuck with these kids.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like I don't hate being a mother. I just wish that I made the right decision before becoming a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like being stable with a stable head and a stable income and stuff like that. But other than that, I love my kids. I just regret the decision I made when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you're never ready for a kid. I think
you're not. It's like you learning together. You know, y'all still growing together. It ain't you have a baby and be like, oh, I know how to be a mom. No, it no matter how many cousins you diapers you change and all that. Them on your kids, you can send them things back home where they came from. Exactly. Now you can't. We stuck with them, and now it's like I'm growing as well as my kids growing, and I'm still learning how to be a mom because every day they're changing, especially they mood swings. It does not stay the same. So it's like you're learning a new, like you learning somebody all over again, but it's every day now because they can switch up on you in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah, because even with having a life outside of being a mom, I feel like it's almost impossible because even if you do got a babysitter, if you always outside, people gonna say something about you always being outside, or you know, it's like, what can you do if you wear something? They're gonna say something about that, or if you're not doing something, if you decide like I'm not finna cook every day, somebody got something to say about that. So it's like all these rules and all these boxes that we gotta check that's kind of unrealistic.
And these grandmas these days ain't grandma no more. They out partying with the other people, so it's hard to get.
Man,
I wish I was close to my mama because baby, I would be one of them mothers outside. Instead, I'm one of them mothers that's crying, the baby crying, and I'm crying too.
You see, you actually have the type of mama that don't care about watching the kids. Like she's actually in the grandmother role.
Yes.
But everybody mama's not like that.
Always has been, and that's the hard part for me. Is when I had my other kids, I had 4 kids. So when I had my first 3, my mama was there. Like I had my mom, my uncles, my family support. Now I have this baby and I have no support except for her dad. And well, my daughter, she's 21, so that should say enough. Like she comes and gets her for picks her up, turns her around, and bring her back home. It's just
like, I'm gonna come see my sister, pick her up. Like, I ain't back.
Exactly. She's like, oh, I'm taking her to the children's museum. Girl, she is 9 months old. What is what y'all doing at the children's museum? But good, take her, please. But yeah, it's a hard transition. I'll say that. From having a support system to not having a support system, every day I contemplate moving to Texas. Every day. Because I want my mama and my sister to watch this baby. Wait, I see on Facebook my friends be going places and stuff, and I just be like, my stupid ass had this baby. Can't go nowhere. Yes.
Hey, can you remember when I had Naraya and y'all was going outside? I was ready.
She was in your shoes once upon a time.
Ain't never had that. Never. I always was outside. Shoot, my husband, here go these kids. They coming. Oh, go in there. Close the door. Your grandma in there. Shoot.
I miss that support. Letitia, why you ain't did the phone? If she can hear. I miss that support. You hear that? She used to have my baby. Now she
got me messed up.
My babies no more. You know, now it's like, now I'm a full-time mom now.
I'm in the midst of getting ready to go outside now. See my kids.
Look at that. Look at that.
Man,
go out
you.
Right now, like, girl, gone.
I wish I could be you. Have a drink for me, shit.
Please have a drink for all of us.
And 5 for me, baby, because I need them.
I got y'all. I'm going to have all y'all.
Thank you.
You got like 6 shots.
Okay.
But here go another one.
I really believe that mothers and children are like a forgotten species in our modern day society. Like, you become a mom and then suddenly you're like pushed out. Go find your mommy and me group. Go figure it out on your own. And we'll see you when you can be productive again.
The job of being a mother, it feels a lot for one person because it was never meant to be for one person.
Exactly.
It was meant for a village.
A village
was
like, let's remember how to take care of our moms.
Yeah.
They need rest. They need proper nutrition. They need help. They need love. They need loving touch. They to just help them through this transition from woman to mother. I really.
So, what y'all think about that one? And what happened to the village? Is it a way to resurrect it? Because, quite frankly, when I had Jamal, I had a village. I had my mom, my dad. You know, everybody loved Jamal. He's the first kid. But after I had Riley, what was that? When goes? Like, where's the help? After I just had Ryan, where's the help? Like, where's the village?
I don't even need a village. Man, I don't know what happened to the village.
That village is not villaging no more. It's like everybody, when people have kids, like, now you had them kids, now you used to be like the old saying when you used to grow up and your parents and your grandparents be like, oh, that's your baby. If you have a baby, that's your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, they used to be that village, like, because that word just went straight out the door. When it's like, now it's like, oh, that's your kid. You gonna take care of that kid. Like, I ain't around no more type. And it's like that village most definitely died down. They don't take that to the heart anymore.
Someone said, do y'all feel like if y'all had more support from your mothers, your motherhood experience would be different?
Yeah, it most definitely would. Because it's like parents don't get a break, especially the ones who don't have that help, you know? And it's like, I used to have that help, but my help works now. So it's like I'm feeling all of that. And I don't get a break. I don't get to go outside and enjoy myself because I'm too busy worried about my kids all the time. And I don't have babysitters.
I'll say my experience is way different. Because I had a mother, I was able to go out and I don't remember certain things about my kids, you know? Now with this baby, I'm going to remember everything because I am there mentally, physically, and emotionally. I am there. But those other kids, I'll be like, now, which one was, when did she cry? No, I don't
Yeah. That's
So,
how I know with Jamal. Like Jamal be asking me certain stuff like, when did I start crawling? I'm like, when you start
that's
crawling.
the problem.
I mean, because I feel like I don't know. I guess when you're younger, your parents feel more obligated to help you because it's like, yeah, you a baby having a baby, so they like more hands on. But I feel like once you get a certain age, they kind of just be like, shit, you had it, you got it, and I think they shouldn't do that because personally, my mom, she's a grandma that still want to be out in the streets. She want to kick it with me. She ready to turn up, party, whatever. She ain't trying to be in the house watching cartoons with kids. She want to be outside too. So that's that.
That my daughter's father, his mom is like that. Like she's 60 something, and she literally wants to like this lady from Friday to Sunday
be outside.
Outside. She don't watch the kids, nothing. I mean, she lives in Chicago, but still, I'm like, I'm gonna bring Nellie over. She's like, and do what with her? Oh, okay. Look, it's 6:41. My baby back now. Your baby just made me cry. What happened?
So like,
and what is that?
I understand they supposed to be grandma, but they ain't supposed to be sitting there babysitting all the time. Cause I'm gonna be that grandma gonna be hitting the streets because my kids grown.
Your kids are grown, but I'm sitting there saying, when you were when your kids was younger, then you wish you had more help, especially like from a mom.
Girl, I had all the help.
Baby, she had all
my
the help.
auntie, my cousins. Well, my kids was gone. That's it.
Danielle, do you feel like you get help from your mom or a village type of sense, or was it just you and your baby's father?
I never had a village. So I guess I'm just accustomed to it. It's always been a tag team with me and his father. Granted, we were together at one point in time and under one roof. So, I'm at work. He's at daycare. I get off work. He's out of daycare. Dad works overnight. It's like tag team. But after we broke up and moved back to Chicago, it was still, y'all need to come back up here. You'd have more help, blah, blah, blah. And it was like, okay. And then still, my baby, I always say my baby has grandparents, but he don't have grandparents because, my baby's never stayed the night with my mom before, don't have a relationship with my father or his grandpa. His dad's mom moved to a whole different state when we moved back up here. So it was just like, okay, well, you just, at a point in time, you get tired of crying about it and just take it for what it is and keep going. Like my son, he always say Medea is his grandma. And I'm just like, Lord, he didn't, gravitated to Medea as a grandparent figure because that's been the constant theme. But I believe, so, you and me as cousins, we had the village growing up. I can remember staying a night at your house, with your parents, you coming over my house with my parents, we all over our aunties and uncles' house and our grandma's house. But it's like, I feel like the village stopped because it was, hey, let's be real. Most of everybody started having kids younger. And because we started having kids younger, that means grandparents are younger, which means they still, want to live their life, which they should. However, it's supposed to be a balance. You know what I mean? Like not having them every weekend so you can go outside. But like you said, mothers need that time, that mental space to regroup and, get back together so they can be right for their kids. So I feel like the village was lost because it was semi-abused in a way, if you think about it. But I mean, again, it depends on the people, your people, and it depends on you as an individual. Like I said, I don't even look for a village no more. It's just me and my baby. And then, when his dad is available, that's that I have to use the word available. But when his dad is available, he got him. So it depends on the situation.
But I'm gonna come back to you on that one. I feel like the village wasn't abused because I feel like they just didn't want to be a part of it. Because personally, with my personal experience, I used to be at my grandma's house every Friday through Sunday, every weekend. Like when we got out of school on Friday, we was going straight to granny house. Like it was no you staying at home. It wasn't the option. We were always going over there every weekend. And my granny ain't had no problem. Like she used to ask for us. It wasn't like no, can you please watch my daughter? Can you please watch my kids? It was like, nah, bring my grandkids over here. And my granny was a present granny. Like we played cards, we used to gamble, we used to eat out, like we used to have like that fun time every weekend. Like my mama didn't have to ask for help from my grandma. Like
Yeah.
whatever.
That's why I said it depends on the people, because it depends on, because like I was with my grandmas all the time too, on my father's side and my mother's side. They had to come up with an agreement to who had me which weekend. So it's like it depends on the individual and also the closeness of the individual if they want to have that relationship with their grandkids as well.
Yeah, and I just feel like these grandparents just don't want to. Well, some of them just don't want to. I feel like they are selfish and they don't understand that it's a time where it's like, okay, you lived your life. Now it's time for you to do that village. Like it's time for you to have a seat, ma'am. Seat, granddad.
But
Like
sometimes, if you think about it though, like I said, having kids younger and then you know, grow up, get older, then your kids have kids young, it's like they're like, oh well, you know, it's my time now. You know what I mean? They being selfish with it. So I mean, again, like I said, I used to cry about not having a village, but it gets to a point where it's just like you throw your hands up and it's like, okay, you know, I gotta take care
I
of
got
it.
a question for you. You got some kids that's, older, so they can possibly make you a grandma. Would you be a grandma that's like hands on, or would you be the ones like, I'm not watching your kids?
No, I'm definitely gonna be my mom. Like,
Yeah.
give me my grandbaby because I know how it feels,
Right.
and that's how I feel. Like it from generation our generation to generation. Your mama had your grandma.
Mm-hmm.
My grandkids will have their grandma.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, my grandma had us after school, on the weekend, all the time. So that's what I'm used to. My mom had my older kids. She would still have Nelly if she could,
Yeah.
like literally. Yeah.
Tiffany, what's your opinion? Do you think that your mom is like one that's really a grandma? Or you think she one of these new age grandmas, old school and new school?
She like in between. Can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can hear me? Okay, because the phone like staticking. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with my mom, I feel like she's like both. Cause it's like she'll only watch my daughter like if I'm going to work, just strictly like that. But like every weekend, I can't do that. And she goes out with my stepdad. They go out every weekend. So it's like, and the only time I really get a full weekend is on my birthday. And that's like every year because I'm a Cancer, my birthday in the summertime. So I really appreciate her for that. But like I also appreciate her for just watching my baby while I go to work because that's like the most important part to me. But it's like when my grandma was here, like my grandma had us every fucking weekend. So I'm just like, where all this mean shit come from? Just like strictly you only watching her while I'm at work. But when grandma and the project was up, we was at Betty house every weekend. You out on Wabash. And it's like, now it's my turn because I had my baby when I was 25 years old. So I'm like, okay, I'm old enough now. So it's like, now you still want to be mean as hell? Hell no, come and get her. But I really appreciate her for getting her on the weekend on my birthday.
You like, but don't stop there. I mean, you can do more, but I take just
right. Don't stop that weekend birthday.
That's the thing too. I think grandmas that live in the city because Nellie's grandma, her dad's mom, lives in Chicago. Baby, she is Chicago. Yeah.
Yep, it's the Chicago grandma.
Ain't worth a quarter.
Denisha, how do you feel about your village? Do you think your mom does she provide you with a lot of support?
No. So my mom was never really a mom to me. My grandmother was. So her mother raised me. And she passed away in 2017. So my motherhood was like, I knew because I've like worked with kids and I've had little cousins that I changed diaper. But just like we all know, like once you get your own and you can't give it back, it's very different. So I did not have a village and I still do not really have a village. Um, I do get breaks here and there from her dad's side of the family, but as far as like my side, no. And I chose to like not even engage in that because of like the toxicity and all of the stuff that I had to deal with as a child. I'm still healing from that, but I that's something that I'm working on, like building that village for us. So not only for her, but for me as well.
Yeah, because I think it's just getting to that. We just gonna have to find a group of moms where we just support each other. Because it's gonna be like, I know we would like to go out together, but you know what? Bring the kids up here. You can go out this weekend, or just be at home by yourself. Take some time to yourself. I get the kids. We just gonna have to start leaning on each other for support because the grandmas, the village. I don't know.
And see, that's what I'm doing right now. Like my cousin, she's pregnant, so I'm like, bring the girls over here. I'm giving them breaks, but unfortunately, they don't give me breaks, and I don't pressure myself for them about it because I'm like, shit, I don't trust nobody with my baby anyway. So bring all the kids over here, and they gonna have a good night. Because when I first had my daughter, my cousin named Jasmine, she like put it on blast and was like, "Oh, the family said that you weren't gonna be a good mother," and I was like, "What the fuck y'all mean?" Like, so I didn't even have to prove them wrong because they saw how I stepped for my daughter. Because I'm like, how the fuck y'all feel like I'm not gonna be a good mother? Like, what does that mean? And everybody else is a fucking mama.
You a good mom.
Thank you.
Somebody told you a good mom because you there every day. Your daughter is healthy. She well fed. You a good mama.
And you take on other people's children. You a damn good mama. Don't let nobody.
You better than me.
My living room is towed up. They out there having a ball.
Matter of fact, send me your address. When I come to Chicago, I got somebody for you. Shoot.
As long as y'all kids come with link, or if I got food, send them over.
I'm coming with groceries.
Letitia, how do you feel about your village? You got older kids. Do you still think you need a village?
Yeah, I want to have one more.
One more.
One more baby, and
you gonna start over?
Yeah,
baby. Who gonna have that baby?
Me. Daycare.
Girl.
Well, more power to you from a one that just had one. Good luck.
Look, who that's starting over? How old is your youngest baby?
11.
Oh, well, go ahead, start over.
She found with just that 11-year-old.
11, and then you married. You married?
Who, me?
Oh, okay. Who's starting over?
Me. Right.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Well, I did start it over, but I lost my daughter in May, so I want another one.
Oh, definitely. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
But you definitely will be blessed. God gonna give you what you want, so go ahead and get the practice.
I got a question for y'all. So
I'm already.
Go ahead, Cuddy. Tiffany.
So, I know some of you guys put y'all kids in daycare. My daughter never been to daycare. How was that feeling of putting y'all kids in daycare like the first time ever?
Nerve-wracking. Like you don't like. I don't trust people for real, and I didn't trust that lady at all. I would have a feeling like I would go burn that building down. Like I'm gonna go pick my baby up, but I'm gonna burn the building down. I'm gonna kill your dog. Like, but she was at like a home daycare, and it was just like the lady was kind of like doing what she wanted to do. Like when I would drop the baby off, she'd be outside like cleaning the street. Like, get upstairs with my child. And COVID happened. I feel like that was a blessing. Like, even though like so many people like were getting sick and stuff like that, but COVID happened right after that. So it's still a transition, but I'm pretty much loving her teacher right now. But I feel like it's always you kind of know when you need to be like on it, but it's like you have your peaceful moments, but for the most part, like me, I personally, if I was to ever be blessed with another baby, I'm not putting that baby in daycare. So unfortunately, she had to go, but the next one won't.
Girl, Tiffany, don't do it. I had my little one in daycare for about what was like 2 days, 3 days, and I took him right. I went, no, can't do it, because he was little, he
Yeah,
couldn't
cause I
talk. I ain't know who was gonna harm my baby, none of that. So I'm like, no, I'm good. And I've been a stay at home mom for a long time since he started school. So I wouldn't do it.
Well, for
yeah,
me,
cause
I'll
I
say
I
so
was
far.
scared. Cause when my baby was first born, 10 days later after she was born, she had hypothyroid. And so I lived in a hospital for like 2 months. And after that, she was going to physical therapy. We had to get her muscles back together. We had to get everything back together. And I was just like, you know what, fuck it. I ain't going my ass to work. She ain't going to no daycare. They don't know what they doing. So I like never experienced the daycare thing. So I'm just like, now that she 8 years old, it's still daycares out there, but I'm just like, no.
Not that she ate it, she still can't go to daycare.
She still can't go.
My first kids, they didn't go to daycare. They went to preschool, because you got to go to preschool so you can learn some stuff. But this baby, she goes to a home daycare, which is her dad's cousin, and she's happy. Like literally, she wants to go to the lady, and it makes me feel a lot better. But still, Friday, she's like, "Oh, I got a doctor's appointment." Well, she tells me Thursday she got a doctor's appointment. Come to find out, she trying to get ready to go to a damn party on Friday. I'm like,
Yeah,
so
she
you can
could have
watch
just
my
told us.
baby? I'm like, she's like, I'll take $25 off of your. No, bitch, get this baby, because I had plans. I was off of work Friday too, girl.
Who busted her bubble?
Listen, no, because I knew, because we like in the same little circle. So I was like,
Oh,
because she had been telling me all week like she hadn't dyed her hair and she wanted to go to the party and da da da. But I'm thinking the party on Saturday. Come to find out the party Friday night. Oh, okay, you trying to get ready for this party?
she say
I know,
I'm
right?
wrong.
And first
She
of all,
say you.
you're 53, girl. Go sit down some damn where.
That's my mama generation. It's nothing wrong with them. It's my mama generation.
Literally, like, girl, go sit down. You do not need to be at no party. I'm sure you went last weekend.
She
Do
said
you want
she's
this
still
baby?
young. She ready to get out there and move. She's still young.
Yes, like girl, you're not gonna have this baby tear me down. Oh,
Shit,
damn.
it's Scorpio season. They out here. My mama's Scorpio. My mama's probably at the same party.
I'm talking. Listen, man.
I know Ryan, he in daycare, and Riley didn't go, but Jamal, he kind of went half like he did and then he didn't. I don't know. I be watching the videos. I just feel like I gotta just pray over my baby, and I just had to do my research. I did my research, and I know the teacher. I'm comfortable with her, and it's one of the things where I drop his ass off, and I don't look back.
He's like, oh, see
And
ya,
see, that's the
bye
good
bye.
thing.
Bye. I'm sorry. I mean, his teacher real nice. She an older lady, and she be telling me stuff. She be like, you need to start, really putting him on his stomach because he need to crawl. Like she hands on like that. Like you need to put something in his bottle because he ain't like she that type of teacher. So it's like you just got to find the right one and do some research. Because our daycares ain't bad. We be seeing all the crazy videos, but they not as bad as people say. If you
Girl, I be done blew that daycare up. Girl, don't play with me and my kid now.
some daycares give you like the video in their classroom. You know how you can like they give you the code to check up on your child while they're in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how Ryan JK is. So that's another comfort too. So it's like I could just check on him. It's like, oh, okay, what my baby doing?
Yeah.
So that's a comfort. I got another video for y'all, and this one might touch a string.
Question. Why is it that black mothers mistreat their daughters just for their daughters to become the only ones they can depend on? Like, let's be clear. I love my mother very much. I am healed. I know that she's not just a mom. She's a human being who had her own mom. And all I can do is break the generational curses. But I'm not going to lie. I just be thinking sometimes like, girl, where are your sons? Where are the ones that could do no wrong in your eyes? Why are you calling the one that you was kicking out every other goddamn week? The one whose phone and shoes and clothes you were destroying? Like, forgiving you for the trauma? Yes. Forgotten it? No. Like, I just think it's so crazy that the most mistreated child always becomes the most dependable. And I mean, I know why. It's because we didn't have a fucking choice. We didn't have a safe space, so we created our own. And now you want me to share it with you? Oh, Jesus.
And
it takes, you got to take a deep breath on that one.
Yeah.
Why is the black mother and daughter relationship so toxic? Like, not saying all black mothers' relationship are toxic, but majority of them are.
I think
because we just like them. We just like them, and they get mad, and it should be the opposite. Like if you getting older, like I'm just like my mom in certain type of ways, and I feel like she be mad at that, which is weird because like I came out of you. What makes you think I won't have like the traits that you got? So it's
what
like,
age did your mother have you? Was your mom a teenage mother or a young mother?
Oh yeah, her and my dad, they was 17 years old.
Yeah, I think that in itself creates a lot of toxic. Like that's where it comes in. Like
Hello, can y'all hear me? It's like the phone is going out. Like everybody is like blinking.
I think we lost Aisha for a second. Aisha, you there?
I hope so. Hello.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here. Okay, so man, I don't even really want to speak on it because it's like you have to say your situation. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get it. It's toxic. It's toxic, and I think it comes from being young mothers. I think if your mother had you at an older age, she has a little more experience, and the relationship could be better. But when you growing up and she's growing up, y'all basically growing up together, man, it's not good.
I feel like some envy of their daughters though too at the same time because it's like what your mother go through. Sometimes they just take it and try to destroy your daughter alone like it was your child fault, and it wasn't. That you going through stuff that you was going through. Or just envy her, period. Like, cause your daughter can be beautiful, your daughter can be smart, head on straight, and don't follow up behind your footsteps. And you mad because you fucked up in life, and your daughter ain't followed down your footsteps.
Yeah, that's just some wicked shit because it's like you can learn from your daughter. Like now, your daughter getting older, it's like you got to be a mommy and a best friend at the same time. So it's like for you to do that to your own daughter, it's like you ain't gonna do that to no fucking stranger, but you gonna do it to your own daughter, and that's sad. Cause like I go from you spoiling me, and then I get older, and I'm, looking at my body, I'm trying to figure myself out, and you just push me out there to the real world and don't tell me shit in the household. But when I'm a baby, I'm your baby. But as I'm getting older, you getting angry and all. That's just backwards to me.
I don't like you. You get on my nerves,
right?
And like that, it's just crazy. That's crazy.
I have a thing too. Is like you let me continue this toxic cycle. Like, you let me be a teenage mother. You didn't try to stop me from being a teenage mother. So now this toxic pattern has the potential to continue. You know what I'm saying? Like, they parents need to learn when to draw the line. Like, my kids are not going to go through what I went through, and I'm gonna fight tooth and nail. If you gotta, whatever you gotta do, you will not go through what I went through. But
I mean, I think that's the thing. I feel like some mothers, they can't, they be so dealing with their own stuff that they can't necessarily be happy that you're a better version, or that you're not necessarily doing exact or experiencing the same thing that you experienced. And like, maybe you failed at something, but if I succeed at it, you would think that you would be happy that I succeeded in the area that you failed in. It's like, okay, I didn't do it, but my daughter got to do it. But I feel like some mothers, they just can't let that click in their head based off their own personal stuff that they got going on.
Because that's the jealousy streak. That's what come in there, because you can do the best that you can and just succeed, and they be like, oh no, there's like they push stuff on you. They be like, oh, okay, and you ain't doing this though. You ain't like, mothers do that. Like, they don't be mothering out here, especially this generation now. They most definitely don't be mothering, and a lot of mothers this generation most definitely be envy of their child.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a question, because you got grown daughters. How did you keep your relationship with your daughters healthy? Like, where they could come to you, that y'all love each other, that it's not any type of toxicity in it. How did you manage?
There is some toxicity in it. I ain't gonna lie about that. There is some toxicity, but I've always been real with them. I never, like, everything that I wanted, maybe for a big sister or for my mother, I made sure I was there for my children. That's what I said. I'm gonna break this curse. You will not have kids at a young age. Relationship wise, you really can't do nothing about that. But you try to instill in your children the right way. Like, Black moms and daughters, everybody needs to go to therapy.
Yeah,
everybody needs therapy, but for some reason, it just doesn't happen.
I don't know why older moms are so against therapy. I feel like a lot of younger Black women are interested in therapy, like they open to it. But I feel like the older generation, they just like, no, I'm not going to therapy. It's like they kind of stuck in their ways, and they okay with
because they don't want to get called out. That's why they don't want to get called.
And they don't know how to accept it.
Except that they wasn't that mom, they don't want to do it. That's why.
They do not know how to accept, but do as I say and not as I do. Like, they still live by that. And that's like, what? But you're showing me this way. So, they have a hard time accepting things. And then kids are supposed to be seen, not heard, all this old crap that's still being carried down from generation to generation. It's still in their head. So us, or you guys, whatever, new generation coming through, new way of thinking, new way of parenting, they're all against it.
Yeah.
Denisha, what do you think? They put their sons on a pedestal and shit. It's like, shit, what about your daughter? Like,
girl.
I don't get that. I hate this double standard, because even me and my daddy get into it about my son. It's like, sometimes he always want to make excuses for him. It's like, well, he a boy. He's a boy, but you gotta give him a pass because he's a boy. And it's like, no, I don't care if he's a boy. You able to keep your room clean. Like, that's not a gender role type of chore. Like, men and women can clean up. Like, I'm not finna give you a pass because you're a boy, or let you just get away with certain stuff just because you're a boy. Because if it's a girl, it's gonna be something totally different. I hate double standards. Like, I am one of them parents that if my daughter could do it, my son could do it. I'm not one of them parents that's like, oh, I'm gonna tell my son to do this, but my daughter can't do it. Like, what? Because that's how my daddy was with me and my brother. Like, half the stuff my brother did, I had to sneak and do. I ain't gonna say I ain't do it. I had to sneak and do it. But then it's like at a time with my parents, they was just like, well, let his girlfriend move in. Like, wait a minute. I
What
had
you
to sneak and do that. Not saying, it was right because my lesson was my son, but I had to sneak and do that. But it's the fact that you okay with it. I don't know. I just don't know. Danny, how do you feel about the toxic black mother-daughter relationship stigma or reality, really?
It's definitely a reality. I can't really relate on the mother son, mother daughter separation thing because I'm an only child. But you would think being an only child, I would be like this with my mom. And it's the total opposite. Like, I wouldn't say like we're enemies, but we not friends. And it's like, I feel like more so my grandma's was my mom, more so than my mom, if that makes sense. Like, even though, yes, she was married and was working and all this other stuff, then my parents divorced and she became a single mother. But by the time she became a single mother, I was 12 years old. So pretty much she didn't really have to worry about me because the fundamentals were set. So it's like, I always say, once you look at your parents as a person and not a parent, it's easier to just let that toxicity go. Because it's like, that's just how they are as a person. It's not going to change. I'm not going to keep fighting myself to get an answer or a change or anything of that nature. So, I mean, I accept it. We talk, you know what I mean? Like, I don't hate her. I feel a type of way, but honestly, we do have to do better. Like you said, the older generation, my mom's not that old. She's only 54. So it's like, they stuck in their ways. They don't want to do the work to progress and, better themselves. It's never too late to better yourself. I don't care what age you are. It's never too late, but it's like they don't want to face that reality. And I believe because we have faced that reality, with our grandmothers and aunties and mothers, it's like, I feel like our generation is like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. So, I feel like individually, if we do the work, and then collectively, we'll start seeing it.
See, that's why I'm at. It's like with my mom, I haven't talked to my mom since March. And that's just what it is. I had to make the decision for myself to not engage in certain stuff for the benefit of me, my mental health, and for my own family. And it's not something that I would wish on anybody because it's like it was a time when me and my mom was like this. But it was like when we were like this, I was okay with the toxic stuff, or I didn't really notice certain things. So it was like I let a lot of stuff happen. I would feel a way inside, but I was like, it's my mom, so I'm whatever. But I feel like as I've grown individually and kind of become more self-aware, it's just certain energy that I don't want around me or I don't want to get into my kids. So it's like I can love you from a distance because don't get me wrong, I love her to death. I don't want nothing to happen to her, but on a day-to-day basis, like me and you, how we was, I can't indulge in that. And I know some people might not agree with it because they, in the Black community, they're like, your mom is your mom. Like, she can't do nothing wrong. But personally, me, I'm not doing this the fake, we gonna fake it till we make it. Like, this ended now. And I will be, I even look at it from, I'm a mother. If I know I messed my kids up or I got certain behaviors that my kids tell me that's not okay, either I change them or I accept it. They don't want to come around me. So I feel like if I have that mentality for my kids, I feel like my mama should give me the same grace. But I'm gonna love her regardless. I'm gonna give her grace, but I'm here and you there.
Yeah, I definitely call my mom out on her crap. Like, literally, stop. Nope. Don't want to do it. Talk to you later.
Yeah, but see, my mom's
I'm not going there.
Y'all, if you know my mom ain't like that. You can't tell Tanya nothing. You cannot tell that she was wrong. She gonna cuss you out. She gonna be like, oh well, like that's mom. It's like, oh well. So it's like, no, I'm not.
It took a while. It took years for her to listen because she's the mom. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
literally have to tell her like, no, we're not about to do this. You know, it's a handful. Dealing with a mother that is stubborn is a handful.
I feel like with mothers as well, it's like because we so stuck on these are my kids, it's
Mm-hmm.
like they still think of us as kids, even though we grown as hell. And I
Yeah.
be having to tell my mom that like I'm 30 years old. You had your chance to parent me and be a mother and teach me things. And it's like, don't give me unsolicited advice unless I come ask you for it. It's a time and a place. You have to respect me as a mother and as a woman. I'm my own woman. I have my own thought process. Just because it's not how you like it, don't mean it's wrong. 5 plus 4 is 9, but so is 6 plus 3. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's different ways, different thought processes. So if I see you had a thought process that didn't work out and I want to alter that because I don't want the same result as you, don't shun me for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's really what it is. I feel like they just can't accept change. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's part of that age group, but it's like,
Mm-hmm.
why can't we accept change? Like, why can't we do something better or be okay with trying to do something better? Like the
Right,
old
and
way.
like she was saying, like you had your time to be my mom. Now is the time to be my friend. Cause I'm already a mother, so be my friend. Cause all that mommy stuff, that's gone.
Yeah.
We passed that. So it's like now be my friend. Give me some advice I can give. We can learn each one teach one. So it's
That,
like they be stuck in their ways. Like I be wanting my mom to come over my house. She'll only come like if she drop my baby. I'll be wanting her to sit down, even though I ain't got no furniture. I just moved in, but it's like sit on the fucking
Get you.
carpet. Like let's drink some wine. Go get our nails done or something. Like you said, he wanna. No, girl, be my friend, cause I don't got no friends, and now you finna be my motherfucking friend. You was my mama 32 years ago, lady. So it's like, come on, be my best friend right now. All that
my
muttering shit is
mom,
going out the door.
my mom is really my only friend. Literally, like I don't talk to nobody every day. She's the only person I talk to every single day. Like literally, she is man. She smothers me, right? So it's like she FaceTimes me in the morning, but she really wants the baby now. But before the baby got here, it was like, she called me 2 or 3 times out the day. Like, and then when I don't answer, it's like, well, where was you at when I da 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 da? Girl, I need to have my own life, and you need to
And
find
not
your
not to
life. So
cut you off, not to cut you off, but you saying that I actually want that from my mama. I want my mama to
that's
call me
crazy.
every day, FaceTime me. It's like, why I gotta call you? I want my
That's
mama
what
to do
you
me
be
like that
saying to
again. That's
me.
my mama.
You sound like my mama. She's like, why I gotta call you, girl? Listen, I have a life, and she can't absorb that. She can't take it in. So maybe that's what's wrong with you and your mom, Kenya. Now that you have a life, she has no place.
yeah.
Where's her place? She's not needed
But it's
anymore.
crazy because it's like she has a place and she knows the place. She don't want that place. That's the problem.
Right.
It's like
Exactly.
you know your place. You got a place. You the grandma. Like you
No,
the
no,
grandma.
no, 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 no,
She
no.
don't
She
want to be the
wants
grandma.
she wants that other place that she had before you got married, before you had the kids. She wants that single mother Kenya. She don't want that married Kenya. And married Kenya has priority to her family first.
Yeah, and
Ugh,
she ain't got that yet.
yeah.
I mean, hopefully, eventually, we gonna keep praying on it. But I mean,
Let's pray about it.
don't pray about it.
Mm.
Denise, how do you feel? How would you prepare? Because I know your mom is gone. My condolences always. But how do you feel with your own daughter? How would you prevent the toxic mother daughter relationship?
So to prevent it, something that I do is I reflect on myself daily. So like when I'm having them times I'm feeling, I make sure that I check myself. But I also like let her know when I'm having moments. So I don't just like holler without like explaining, or if I do, I immediately like address it. So like I'm always kind of like explaining myself or over explaining, and people are always like catching me like talking to her like she's like this big person, but I need her to understand me so that we can like have that line of communication where so she is able to come to me and also like share like how she's feeling. So she just turned 4, and like she's at that age where she's like, you know, very like expressive. So it's like, oh God, like, and my whole goal is like to not shut her down when she is. So like even like when she's crying and I may not understand, like I may be overstimulated. So it's just like I just do a lot of reflecting so that I'm, you know, open to like explaining things to her so she understands without like giving her all of my like I guess inner drama.
Yeah. I 100% feel that way too, because with Riley, like Riley, she gonna speak her man. Like she's me all over again, but times 10. Like she's like very outspoken. She knows what she won't. You ain't gonna be tell her nothing. You ain't gonna be trick her. She like, nah, I'm not going. And I love that about her because I feel like we teach our girls to be like small. Like you have to act this way and don't say this. Like don't speak up for yourself. And that's something that I really hope that she keep. Like even her teacher put me to the side. She's like, whatever you doing, Riley, like keep doing. She like she's just so sweet. She knows what she want, and I hope that she keeps that mentality turned into a young woman because we need it. Because there's a lot of weak women out here, and I really hope that she just one of the ones that's like, no, I'm not going for that. This is what I need, and this is my voice. Like I really want to keep that because I feel like growing up, it was really one of the things that was like, no, shut up. You're supposed to be seen, not heard. Like all this toxic rules that don't benefit us as adults.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quita, how are you going to prevent the toxic mother daughter relationship?
Well, I don't even know because I ain't go through none of that. When I was when I was 3, I was full blown adopted to my grandma. So, cause my mom was in and out of jail. So, when I say when I was with her, she was a mom. So I ain't get to experience that drama life with my mom because after she lost us to the system, it was like in and out of jail. So I ain't never get to experience that. But with my grandma, it was hell. I couldn't express myself. I wasn't. We was like neck to neck. She ain't allowed me to do anything, and I ain't. And not questioning like why. You know, with my other siblings, it was like they got to do stuff, and me, I didn't. I couldn't express myself because it was a lot going on with me in that household. So it's like I don't know. I was just wasn't allowed to speak. So yeah, it was hard being there. So now I teach my daughters the opposite. You know, I don't want them to my kids, period. I don't want them to go through what I went through. So it's like I'm trying to change that bad pattern of what I went through with them because I don't want them to go through it. So I tell my daughters and I tell them, and I'm overprotective, like it ain't nothing. And then that's the reason why I am because of what I went through. So I'm overprotective. I don't want them to end up getting hurt. And like I was talking to you, Kenya, and I like like I'm there like
Yeah.
I don't let them clean. I don't let them do nothing. Like I do everything for them because I'm that overprotective mom. But you told me like you have to let them do that stuff, and
you gotta let the reins go, baby.
I try to let them express themselves as much as possible. Let them be them. I don't try to shut them down or tell them they can't do this, can't do that. None of that. So yeah.
Danny, do you have how are you with Blake? Do you give him like the space to speak his mind or like have open communication? Because I feel like that's just something that we kind of didn't have.
Yes, for sure. I have open door policy with Blake. Like, it don't matter if he, happy, sad, angry, whatever it is, come talk to me. I want to know, what you do in school, what you do, at lunch, what you do on the playground. How was your emotions today? How are you feeling right now? Like, I'm always asking him, "Are you good?" Like, and it's to the point where now he asks me all the time, "Are you good, mom? You okay? You need anything?" But like, we definitely did not have that growing up because I either confided in my cousins or I kept it to myself. So I made sure, like, you can talk to me whenever you need to. I don't care if I'm on the toilet. Come sit on the tub, talk to me. Yeah.
My kids
Was it
overshare.
hard? Like, cause I know, was it hard because I'm a 2-parent home, so I tell my kids that like they can come talk to me. I let them express themselves and tell me anything wrong with them. But with their dad is like he don't want to hear that. So when my kids come to them and try to explain themselves, he be like, "Oh, I ain't trying to hear that. You're lying. Shut up." Like, and I have to redirect them and let them know like they have to express themselves. Because if not, it's gonna bottle up inside and it's gonna explode, and it's gonna be a problem with you and them when they get up in age, and they gonna probably carry that cycle down. So, is it like, do y'all deal with that?
Even though I'm not in the same house as my daughter's dad, we do like still have those like bump heads where like we don't address things the same way, but just like I just like talk to him about it. Like I like tell him like not doing that with this. Like you may have like grew up like that, but we not doing it with this one. Like it doesn't like truly. I don't care how either of our childhoods was. It's like we have to just know what we know now and use it. So
Right.
like everything is not receptive. Um, and I'm still working on my communication and like learning how to connect with him as like a co-parent. So it's trying, but I definitely like still have like those talks. Like um, it's kind of similar to how you are having, but maybe not on the communication.
I know me and my husband, we ain't like that. We do family meetings. Like we like really just like the real TV, like, oh come on, let's hash this out. Like it's an open flow, what's going on here? And I feel like it's one of the things as a parent, like I feel like my mom had to learn that I'm learning now is that sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and just bite your tongue and just listen. And sometimes it's hard because sometimes your kids can be a little one of the things you be like, what? You say what? And you don't necessarily agree, but it's one of the things where you constantly gotta learn how to bite your tongue and just get on the floor, let them speak their piece and kind of respect it. And I feel like that's kind of really what it is. I feel like when we start respecting our kids as people, we don't have no problem talking to them. Like, yes, your opinion matter. At the end of the day, I might overrule your opinion because I know what's best for you, but you always have an opinion. Like you always have this space to talk because you got feelings. You a person. But I mean, that's just how I feel. Aisha, what was your standpoint as far as with that for Quita?
I feel like
Not me. I thought I was asking Aisha.
ah,
Did she have any advice about the co-parenting and communication?
Oh, uh, co-parenting is really hard. Co, I just feel like my older children, like I feel like I've already had kids, right? So I pretty much know everything. So it's like their dad and myself, like they're these were our three kids. We raised them together. Um, we kind of bumped heads when it came to disciplining. Um, I'm not so much of a disciplinarian, but I am when it's like real deal breakers. But um, with Nellie and her dad, like he has a 14-year-old, so it's like I feel like I'm stepping in to help him discipline the 14-year-old too, like or not discipline, but raise him. His way of upbringing and my way are two different things. So it's pretty hard, and then that's not my child, So I just don't know how I can put my input in and not seem like I'm overstepping my boundaries.
Do you think step parents should have boundaries? So how do you feel about that? Being a step parent.
I do. I feel like it's certain things that, well, it's the dad and the son for me. So I feel like it's certain things that a dad and his son need to discuss, right? I try to have a positive relationship with his child because I'm not really his mom, but I'm with you. So it's like I want to be, I won't say more like his friend, but I want his respect. I feel like step parents, I had a strict step parent, so it was like I didn't feel like I could really go to him for things. But with my stepson, well, he's not really my stepson, but you get it.
Yeah.
I want him to be able to come to me, just like with my kids. He's an awesome kid. Like I feel like he's not hurt by his mother, So it's like I want a better relationship with your son than unfortunately you have with your son. So yeah, I try to do my thing as being a mother influence on the kid.
Okay.
I try. I try. Like, because if you're already not living with your mother, right? Because your mother's supposed to be your provider, the person that cares for you.
Yeah.
You don't live with your mother. You live with your dad. You're missing something.
Yeah.
So I'm trying my hardest. But he's such a good kid. So if he was a bad kid, it might be different. But he's a good kid, and he deserves every bit of love that I give him.
So he's not like one of them, like, F you, stepmom.
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. He's super cool. Like, he does good in school. He's like a responsible kid, He might skip class every now and then, but we don't too much trip about that because kids make mistakes. But he also brings home good grades.
So, yeah.
And he's one of those kids, like, learning comes easy, right? So going to school is not something that's hard for him. But when he was with his mother, going to school she didn't care if they went to school or not. So it's like he was behind He was behind the grade. We got him up here. Now he's in his rightful grade. He's excelling. Like, girl.
It really be the environment.
Yeah, it's really the environment. And I just want him to know that I love him. That we love you and we want the best for you. But baby, that other side, it's toxic. It's a lot. And you like, I know for myself, I'll say like, what did you see in this person? Like, to have a child by this person, like somebody who doesn't care if your kids go to school or not. Like, education is not important. Like, what?
We all make mistakes because my first go around was the questionable. If you know, sometimes we don't.
Even at 16, like I met my baby daddy at 15. It was his intelligence that I liked about him. The fact that he was a smart person, and thank God, because it carried on to his children.
Well,
But
you
this,
made a better choice than me.
huh? What you say?
You made a better choice than me.
Girl, probably not. But yeah.
You did. But we
It's other areas that he's smart ass dummy. We gonna say that. A
it's a lot
smart
of
ass dummy.
we're gonna go ahead into our final video and here we go.
You're teaching your child by having a two-parent household how to love, how to communicate, conflict.
As a single mom who tried with her co-parent for quite some time, I can say that I agree that a two-parent household is what every child deserves, but it has to be a healthy, happy two-parent household. And I don't believe that we should stay in relationships and in homes that we don't want to be in, that we're not happy in, that's not healthy, that is toxic for the sake of the children and having children together. I think that staying in a situation that you're not happy in does more harm than good. Whether you're arguing in front of them or not, they can feel when mommy or daddy is not okay. They can feel that. Your child deserves a two-parent household that is healthy and happy. So if that means that child has a bonus mom or bonus dad, that is okay. Normalize blended families. Normalize two healthy, happy homes versus one unhealthy.
You're teaching your child.
The single moms really have a choice. Because I feel like nowadays this stigma, everybody trying to push two-parent households, which I 100% agree with. If we could do it right, we should do it. But I feel like they try to bash single moms while doing it when all two-parent households are not healthy.
Exactly. I'd rather for my child to have a loving relationship with their father and a loving relationship with their mother in two different households than us to be arguing and fighting. Like when I was with my kid's father, it was an abusive relationship. I wanted, because my mom and dad weren't together, but I had a stepfather, right? So I wanted for us to be together no matter what. I mean, mostly, I won't say it was like physically abusive, but it was verbally abusive, just fucking draining. And for 13 years, I dealt with that shit. Yeah, it was like one day I just woke up and was like, oh, hell no. You need better. But by then, shit, I had already damaged my older kids, Like, they're like, oh, shit, mom's finally leaving our dad. And they be like, now they come back to me and they say, I knew when he did such and such, you was going to leave him. But then, damn, he came back. Like, they wanted me out of that shit, too. So, single mothers, they need to get it together. They need to make sure they're making the right choice. And even two-parent households, like, if something's rubbing you the wrong way, shit, it's not right. Get out.
Yeah.
Don't stick in it just because of the sake of I'm in a two-parent household. No. Make sure it's a healthy two-parent household.
Yeah. I mean, personally, my first go around, I didn't have a choice. I was a single mom by default. My Jamal's dad was in jail when I was 6 months, and he was back in there for life when Jamal was 3 months. So it's like I was going to be a single parent regardless. So I made sure that when I did have another kid, that I was going to do it right because I knew how it felt. Like, I wouldn't wish being a single mom on nobody because it's hard, it's unfair, and, like Tiffany said, you never get a break. You got this kid always on you financially, physically, school, work, all that is on you. So when I chose to have another kid, I made sure that, the person I'm having this kid by, we're going to be together. But also I do have that understanding that we only going to be together if it's healthy for the both of us. Like, I'm not going to be one of the people out here like, well, I hate my life, but I'm with him just for the kids. Like, me and my husband already made the understanding. Like, if this ain't working no more, we only here for the kids, then we just gotta do what's best for us.
Yeah.
So, Danny, do single moms really have a choice? Even with you, do you regret becoming a single mom, or did you not? It is what it is. Did you have a say so in it?
So, me and his dad was together, and then, you know how people say men change after the baby comes?
Yes.
It's true. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. And in my case, it wasn't for the better. So I was okay. I accepted it. You know what I mean? At first, it took me a minute because even though he still was in Blake's life, it was like, okay, well, I'm not a single mother if he's in his life. You know what I mean? But because I handle the day to day and, pretty much the bulk of the parenting, I had to accept the fact that, yes, I am a single mother. Um, and I wouldn't say it was by choice because I can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. And I'm not going to let my child suffer for it. So I guess it is a choice. I had to do what I had to do. Um, Granted, he's fine. He's happy, well taken care of physically, emotionally, financially. Um, I would say that's not one of my struggles. Um, I would say my struggle with being a single mom is the consistency of it. This is the most consistent thing of my life. It's like I can't step back and, say, I can't be a mama today. Like, you got to figure this out on your own. I can't do that. And it's like, okay, you have to find a balance of being a woman of your own and being a mom. So it was like, I'm not just a mom, you know what I mean? I'm still a person. And that's what I had to get myself to understand. And once I started understanding that, this shit was a breeze. I'm not gonna lie. Even though I don't have the village or whatever, like I said, he goes with his dad on the weekends by the grace of God. Like, we got that set up. That's my little outlet or whatever. But I mean, we got our routine. We good. So that's my perspective.
I'm not gonna lie. That's one thing I kind of be envious about single moms. Like having that schedule was like, okay, I got you during the week, but you gone every weekend. Like you go out your daddy house every weekend. Like, I'm happily married, but I really, that's a thought in my head. Be like, single moms, you do got it good because you got every weekend. Like every weekend.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I be like, sometimes I wish I don't have to share him. But then it's like, again, if I'm not okay, he's not okay. So I have to, okay, it's your time with your dad because he's your parent too.
Can I ask you a question? What you do if he say he don't want to go?
I struggle with that as well because I want to say you can stay home, that's fine. But also his dad wants to be a part of his life. So I can't be selfish and take that away from him. Like, granted that his job doesn't make him available as much during the week, but he like, okay, I'm getting my son from Friday to Sunday. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to take that away from you. One, because I'm a divorcee kid. So when my dad left, he left like and didn't come back. You know what I mean? And I was a daddy's girl. So I'm not trying to have my child be emotionally damaged because of me being selfish.
That's grown woman. For real. Because I had so many women, especially like on TikTok, where they be like, I don't want the dad to have any visitation, which is something I don't understand. Like, I love my kids to death, but if me and my husband separate, we can do every other week. Like, you can take a week and I can do it.
And I'm not even like being biased just because he's a boy. Like, children need their fathers. Granted, you have to have the discernment of if he's a good, type of man to emulate towards your child. Like, if you say, is your child's father the type of, man you want your daughter to date or marry? Is, your child's father the type of man you want your son to emulate? So if you ain't feeling that, then you have all your rights to protect yourself and your child. But if he's a stand-up guy, then by all means, don't keep that man away from his children.
Yeah. Ladies, whoever watching, whoever gonna see this, let that man see his kids if he, of course, worthy. If it's safe, be worthy, get them kids away. Like, you need a break.
I know a situation where the girl's a single mother. The dad, she questions if he's abusive to the child. The baby's only 3, so she can't really tell you what's going on. But she still sends her child with this man. No way in hell.
Absolutely
Cause
not.
she's weak managed. She's weak managed. All she's
Because
thinking
she
about, she need a
wants
break.
that
She need a break.
break,
She need a
right?
break. Right. That's all she's
Yeah.
thinking about. But you gotta think
That's
about your
all
baby.
she's thinking about. Exactly.
Nah, we always got to do what's best for the kids. The kids is always the most important.
Man, but
Yeah.
some people, I just don't see it. There's
Some
no
people should
way
not
I
do it.
would send my child anywhere that they don't want to go. Why don't you want to go with your dad?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to go because you want to go with your friends. That's different.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go because you don't feel safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally different ballgame.
exactly.
You say what, Zaza?
Denisha, uh, what do you say? Were you a single mom by choice, or if would have rather?
I think I forced myself into the single motherhood. One, my parents was toxic, so I have adoptive parents, but they were toxic towards each other. So I feel like every relationship that I had, I chose men that were similar to my dad, like great provider but verbally abusive.
Mhm.
I don't have the verbal abuse now, but because all of the stuff that I went through, I kind of like back up. I fucked up majorly, and I can say that. And then it just really got to the point where the things that I wanted, he really wasn't wanting it. So it was just like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time here. Like, let's just do this shit separately. So I honestly put myself in the single mom boat, I guess. Um and I don't even know, like, I wanted to get married. I still want to get married. He doesn't really see that. And I'm not sure if that would ever even happen with him. So I'm just moving on, and I'll find my daddy. Um, and she'll still have her dad, So that's, yeah, it's, to me, bad choice.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like people forget that that I don't think nobody on this planet would say, "Oh my God, I really want to be a single mom." Like, don't
Yeah.
nobody choose this life, but sometimes it is the best case scenario for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some women, like, it's okay to make that choice. I feel like we kind of shame people that actually step away from a relationship when it's toxic, or step away when something is no longer serving them, because it's like just for the benefit of the kids. It's like, is it really a benefit?
Right, right. And that's like what I always heard, like my dad say, like, I stayed for the kids. So it's like, okay, I'm not even gonna even go down that path, because it's like every relationship, it was just me putting up with stuff. And it's like, you're not like supposed to put up. Like, yes, like you sacrifice, or you allow somebody to be who they are, but just putting up with stuff that isn't like serving you is like crap. So
Yeah,
So
some people don't stay because the kids. Some people stay because they're afraid of change.
well, my
Yeah.
So
Cause
I
you got
got one for y'all though. So why is it more single moms than single dads? Why do we always have to take on that role? Why can't they say, I want my child full time, you pay me child support? Like, why isn't it more of that?
Because men
It's,
can
I feel
handle.
like I feel like you said, like we learn how to be mothers. We don't know. So the same thing goes for fathers, right? So I feel like if they always want to combat about child support and all this other stuff, and it's like, okay, if you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you can do better, or you feel like this is what you want to do, you want to keep your child and parent them, and we could, you take the full on responsibility and I get the weekends. Like I feel like it should be a reverse as well. We should start encouraging that too.
Yeah. But a lot of men out here can't. A lot of fathers, they are not. They can't really handle the pressure. I feel like
You sure
when
it's can't or they don't want to?
they don't want to, and they can't because I feel like you can see a dad. If you have you really saw a dad when they outside with their kids, like at the grocery store, they get all flustered. They get
They
spoiled. They be like, they yelling. They be like, it's not
I
that
see it
hard.
every morning.
They get especially you be like, is it that really hard? Like I wrangle these kids all the time. Is it that hard? But I don't know. Maybe we just build different. I don't know. But
unless,
they definitely need to be
unless you,
trained.
yeah, unless you see a
Part of
child
being a woman too. We learn how to be a woman before we become mothers. So it's like men are they most definitely like off back with mothers. We become woman, learning how to become a woman before mother. So we got that instinct in us. Like, I think daddies are a little slow. They heads be like, woo, when it comes to the kids, like, woo to do. Cause I know my daddy, whenever he did come and get me, he let me just do anything, and I'll not get in trouble for it.
Somebody
Can
said
I get some
most females
popcorn? Y'all
are
gotta wait.
not
I have to pop it on the
allow
stove.
the father to take the kids full time. So would you allow your baby, your
Can
child's father?
say it again.
Some somebody commented and said most females are not going to allow the father to take the kids full time. Would
Yeah,
you?
they be scared of saying what the next female gonna come in and do to like take upon that motherhood from them, saying to their child. They be like some women do be selfish of that. I ain't even gonna lie, because you got men who out here who do want to take care of their child, and then you be selfish because you're mad because the next female come in and took your spot, and you hold that against that dad. And a lot of females do that.
From my situation, I've never had a
And they should
conversation
want
with the
that.
mama. I've never had a conversation with his mom. And I'm an active person in your child's life.
Would you allow your
I couldn't imagine that.
Would you allow your daughter to go with her dad full time if he wanted it? Like if y'all was to split, somebody
If it was like a situation where I needed him to, take on, I feel like he would be able to.
Danny, would you be open to that?
Yeah, because me. Okay, so you really don't you really don't know people and how. Okay, I'm gonna take that back. So, say for instance, me and my son's father, right? I met him at college. I knew he had sense. He's smart, book smart, street smart. He has sense. So, of course, if he says, "Okay, I want to take my son or my daughter and raise him or her," I trust that he will do a good job of doing that because I know the type of person he is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I get people say they fear like other people coming in or other women coming in, but it's like primarily, if that person is good enough for the job.
Yeah. So you'll be a weekend mom.
I would love to be a weekend mom.
Denisha, would you allow your child's father to take the kid full time?
No, and that's only from like a child that was raised by her grandparents. So to me, it's like a generational thing I got to do. Like nobody's raising my kids but me. In the situation that something happens to me, then of course, but as long as I got breath in my body, like I'm level headed, I can think, I can sleep, I can feed her, like I can pay bills, is no need for that. And plus his work schedule doesn't allow that, so to me it's like I have to do it because he works very early mornings. And it's just like I feel like where I am is like meant for me to like raise my daughter, and nobody else is gonna do it because God gave me her, and that's my job until whenever that's over with.
Tiffany, you'll be a weekend mom if would you allow Naraya to go with her dad?
I mean, well, if that was the case, I feel like what she said, like I'm so overprotective And I will give him that chance if he be like a good person and level headed and smart and all that.
Can I get extra pillow?
An extra pillow? Yeah.
Like one of those big pillows.
What my big pillow? This mommy big pillow.
Please.
For y'all here. I be in there.
Thanks.
Bring my pillow back. Okay, go ahead. Y'all finna have movie night? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Denisha.
So I do want to like back up. So there has been times when he was like a parent, like he was not like he wasn't working for a while, and I was the working mom. So it was just like he did have her like all week. So there has been times that like he has done it. So I know he can do it. It's just I wouldn't see it like that, but it has happened where he like stood up and like he that nigga, like, you know what I mean? So like he has like held it down, so he has like the capability to do it. It's just that I love being a mom, even though I hate it too. Like
it's a love hate relationship.
Yeah.
So Cuddy, you'll be a weekend mom? Tiffany?
I mean, like I say, it depends. Cause like I told y'all, like I'm real fucking heavy on my daughter out of my sight. I gotta call her, but it depends like what kind of dad she have. But if he true to this dad shit and he's a good man, a good person deep down inside, I won't mind. Then he gonna be looking for me like, where you my man?
Okay,
I take advantage of that shit.
Let the role switch be like, I don't know what you gonna do. The baby sick?
Take us to my mama's house. I'll be there. Shit.
Quita, would you be a weekend mom?
I'm finna ask my daughter. Would you want to stay with your dad full time and just visit me on a weekend? She's talking about some yeah. So yes, I guess that's a yeah. I went mad. Go.
Isha, would you be able to be a weekend mom? No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Me, I could be a weekend mom. Your girl is. I ain't gonna miss them kids. I mean, I'm gonna miss them. We gonna talk every day on FaceTime, but you okay? You weren't arguing.
Right, I feel like dealing with them 365 days out of a year. Go ahead, like y'all up there. Go ahead, y'all. You want me? I'll come, but go ahead. I'm all right with that.
Yeah. I could be an every other weekend mom. But come on now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, y'all, that's all what I got. We've been on here a nice little time. So I know I'm gonna give y'all Saturdays back. I know some people wanted to go out and hit these streets. Personally, I'll be in the house with these kids because
we ain't got no babysitters. We on here every Saturday. Every Saturday. Don't go outside.
Look,
we don't got no
we in this.
So that means y'all ain't got
So
okay.
We're gonna run it back next Saturday. So if y'all want to come back, make sure you let me know. Also tell a friend because they always welcome. It's a safe space. See, it wasn't bad, y'all. I know some people was afraid. It's a very safe space. We talk, we support, we do what we gotta do. So this is gonna be the end of part 2 of the Thuggin' It Out Motherhoods panel. Remember to be grateful, be blessed, be thankful, but most importantly, keep thugging it out. Peace.
Have a blessed weekend. I'll see y'all two tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh yeah, Talk of the Family. If y'all haven't started already, make sure y'all check out Talk of the Family. It's on YouTube tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'll check it out.
Good night.
See you later.
Nice meeting y'all too.
All right. Sweet dreams, y'all. Peace.